Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this week's new 26 episode that I have personally been waiting for. A Trivial Pursuit. Yes, it is a reference to that. Is it a great name for an episode? Not only because of its subject matter, but because it's a pun. As somebody who plays a lot of games on Xbox that are super competitive, as a Call of Duty dude, brah, and as an occasional fighting game player, yes, I used to be a Madden player, but then I realized it was pointless. But as a competitive gamer, the want and need to win burns in the fire of every competitive game, no matter what that fire is, whether it be a video game or trivia. But that want to win should not oversee fun of it or friendship of it. Yes, if the moral of this episode does sound like the season oneer Fall Weather Friends, which we will do on another date as part of Retro Equestria, the series that will follow this one, then yes, you'd be right. But it's more about being obsessed with winning. It's having tunnel vision, that winning is all you see and all you want to see. Nothing but victory will do. Nothing but victory will suffice. And there are those ultra competitives out there that if they don't win, it's the end of their world as they know it. They're a Debbie Downer and they bring down the room with them. It's not a good thing to be this way, especially in a friendly environment, like a bingo night, or in this case, a trivia night. And who better to exhibit this moral about keeping your want to win from burning everybody else's fun out than my beloved waifu, Twilight. Yes, if it seems that I have a favoritism on this show, the Twilight episodes, I will be completely transparent and say yes. In fact, my favorite episode ever, even to this day, is Lesson Zero. Every Twilight episode hasn't necessarily been a 6, but she has a high string of 6s. You could say she's been on quite the winning streak, which is the plot for this episode. See, we are introduced to Trivia Trot, kind of mix of Trivial Pursuit, Jeopardy, and those old PBS games like IQ and Match Wits. In Trivia Trot, you're paired straight up with a partner at random, and you go through a trivia blitz. For the last 2 weeks, Twilight has been dominating the competition, and she's after a rare record for the game, hosted by Granny Smith of all people. A third win in a row, which nobody has done. She's trying to be the regular James Hostetler of her game. But when Pinkie Pie shows up as a new player, all of her plans and all of her rapidly done charts on her opponents, and yes, this isn't just Twilighting. Oh no, this is isn't maximum level Twilighting. No. It's way beyond that. It's Ultra Instinct Twilighting. It is the ultimate form of Twilighting. It is the golden Frieza of Twilighting. How do I know? She's in DEFCON 3 style in the first 2 minutes the night before getting prepared for this. That's how much she cares about it. For Pinkie, it's a first time. She just wants to have fun and learns a new game and is happy to have Twilight, a veteran, as her partner, as she should. But Twilight, in an effort to keep her winning streak and to prevent any malcontents, takes over the game, both from Pinkie and from the other competitors. Citing rulebook rules as she should, she knows the rulebook by heart. And by the way, the rulebook is a key central part of the plot. Who knew that the rules, which there are about 50 of them with subsections for each, would play such a critical role in the episode to come? Also, side note, a lot of the questions in this episode are references to previous episodes. See how many you can pluck out and see how much you remember. It's a great test for long-term fans as well, and could be a mini game in itself as you're viewing this quite delightfully funny romp. But as things go, Pinkie is disqualified from the game temporarily, which allows Sunburst to take over as Twilight's partner. Now, the difference between this episode and Feeling Pinkie Keen, the last episode in which Pinkie and Twilight were mass paired together, is unlike in Feeling Pinkie Keen, where Pinkie didn't get a bit of karmistic comeuppance at all. Twilight, however, gets her karma back, as Sunburst does exactly the same thing that Twilight did to Pinkie in Act 2, thus to prove a point. After finding out that she was way too tunnel vision competitive and ruined Pinkie Pie's fun, she comes to the realization that winning isn't all that important. Reinforcing fall weather friends. Yes, I know critics, you'll probably say this is last second, but come on, it's Twilight. She learns things at the very last second because her Twilighting paranoia is beyond nuclear at this point. And she decides to punish herself, resetting her score back to 0 and allowing Pinkie to play, thus taking the loss rather humbly and learning that winning isn't all that important if it's not fun, and the fact that Pinkie was just happy being part of a team with her. The main thing about this episode, other than the references to other episodes as fun questions, is the comedy throughout. This is laugh out loud funny. This is a Tara Strong tour de force, seeing Twilighting at its maximum, even worse than Lesson 0. I mean, the paranoia is in rare form here. Expressions, hair all over the place, twitchy eyes, yelling, screaming, the whole 9 yards. You would think she needs a straight jacket, a white room, and some crazy pills. That's how high the Twilighting meter is here. It's snapped to unbelievable levels, and it's hilarious. Even if, admittedly, she's being a little dickish. But you gotta understand, the fire of competition will not be satiated. And it really expresses her tunnel vision. And even Pinkie even admits that she understood her want and need to win the game. She understood how important it is to her, which is rather surprising and rather refreshing to know that Pinkie knew the whole time that Twilight was in this maximum competitive mode and didn't really mind that. It's when she got kicked out of the game and couldn't play that it started to affect her. This is an important lesson, especially for those youths that play online video games or have a little brother that just wants to play along. Even though you might be frustrated by the fact that they may not know what they're doing and they're totally new at this. And by the way, Twilight does try to coach Pinkie in the first half to teach her the finer points of the game. So yes, Twilight did try to help, but in the end, the fire was too great. When playing an online game or playing with a younger sibling, understand you might have to lower the skill curve or have no skill curve at all. Don't even worry about winning. It's about allowing somebody to experience a new game for the first time, a new experience. Who knows? If you give them a good time, they might actually not only want to come back to the game in earnest, they might actually want to get better. It's a great lesson, especially for those that play fighting video games. Sure, you're going to get knocked down a lot, but if you're having just general fun pushing buttons, continue to do so. If you enjoy the game for that reason, do it. But also, as a veteran fighting game player, also be a coach. Teach them the finer things. Answer questions they might have. And try, if none of that even works, make it fun in your own way. It will seriously help. A Trivial Pursuit is one of the funniest episodes in a long while of this television show, and possibly Starstrom's funniest performance in the role as Twilight Sparkle. And it's truly Twilight at her out of control best. Not since Lesson 0 have we seen this kind of Twilight. And I'm glad for the final season we got one more dose of Twi-crazy, Twi-nanas, or Twilighting, whatever Twi term you want to use, before things get serious. A Trivial Pursuit gets the perfect 6 out of 6. and joins an already impressive 6 group this season, and it's the first 6 of the second half. So, how much did you know the answers to each noted question in a Trivial Pursuit? How did you do? And did you find Twilight as laugh out loud funny as I did? Click the like if you did. Leave a comment down at the bottom and make sure to follow the end card and click the logo to subscribe to get next week's review of the Summer Sun Setback. The final Summer Sun celebration is sadly finally here, and we get that next week. But until next week, I'm Nirvana Sparkle, non-competitive gamer. Find peace in your own Nirvana, and remember, winning isn't everything, but it might be somebody's most important.